So Yareni. Yareni is an old friend of mine. She's the first dojo master that I was able to defeat in a rematch, and it's because, God, I love these toxic Tems so much. I just had to start radaring for them. Important Tems here. Sadly, wind is the only thing that's super effective against toxic, so sword generally ends up getting banned. Volerend. If you want to use multiple wind Tems, it's not a bad idea. That way you can try and guarantee at least one counter to her toxics. The other type she specializes in is Crystal, which is weak to Earth and Fire. So we're probably going to bring the second team once again because we have two Tems that are strong against it. I guess Gazuma can technically learn some wind moves, but they're really weak. And they're not really worth it. Standout bad Tems here are going to be Kinu. Kinu's just weak to everything here, but that doesn't make it a bad Tem. It just means you have to use him more carefully. Alright, so looking at what she's got, we've got 2 Toxic Tems and 5 Crystal Tems. So we can expect to see Koish probably getting banned here. If Koish does not get banned, I will probably eat my keyboard or something. So expecting Koish to get banned to free up space for all these crystals on her team, we are going to ban one of her crystals. See, that's part of the strategy, right? It's like you predict what your opponent's going to do, and then you have to kind of counter-predict against it. So I predict she's going to ban my Koish because she's got a team, because over half of her team is crystal. She's going to ban my Koish or my Volphy. She's going to ban a crystal counter. So I'm going to ban crystal Tems so that her crystal choices are just weaker in general. And look at that. I'm going to have to eat my keyboard now. So if I pick Koish, she's probably going to want to bring, like, God, what is this thing called? I don't know. This is a Scorpion. She's probably going to want to bring a Scorpion. And maybe Mudred. I don't know, because she's trying to counter this. So we're going to start out with Momo. So that's the other thing. Especially against the AI, you can kind of, like, cheat them a little bit. For example, if I wanted her to pick some Crystal Tems, I'd slam Kinu. And she'd probably grab, like, Sherald. And this isn't Sherald. I don't know what this is called either. And this or this or this. So we're going to grab Momo because we want to kind of remain flexible. Yeah, see? So we're going to go ahead and grab Koish before she bans it. And our Gialis gets banned. Interesting. Oh yeah, I guess Gialis also counters the crystals, doesn't it? So right now, we're going to continue the trend of banning her crystals. And we're going to ban Waspine. And we're going to grab a Gazuma to help us counter this Volerend should something bad happen. So now she's got Earth and Toxic and Crystal and Earth. So this thing is going to be 4x to Volphy. We also have to think about the last pick. She's probably picking this Lawali. I think I'm going to not bring Kinu. Yeah, Kinu seems exceptionally bad here. As I predicted it would be. Right, so... So we're once again playing sort of the protect the fish game. It's probably going to be a toxic bomb from the Volerend if it's anaerobic onto the fish. And I imagine we'll be able to hopefully kill the Tortonite before it goes. That's the plan. Oh yeah, so close. Crystal Spikes, interesting. That's not gonna get a kill. Yeah. Hey, I was right. Oh, but I was wrong about the target. Interesting, interesting. But yeah, there's the anaerobic proc. So that's gonna make Volerend a little tougher to kill. But I'm not worried about it. I've got Kazuma. So for now, yep. I predicted this Equinox too. So I'm trying to think about what I want to do, right? Like, it's Equinox, that's what it's called. I've got Wolfie for this. Got Major Zap for you. So try and think ahead about what you've got good counters against. So Wolfie is going to be able to kill this Mudred pretty easily. Depending on its trait, Darkwing will probably be pretty good against this Acronox. He'll do neutral damage against it at least. This is Volaren that's going to be a big problem. So that tells me that we need to start attacking it. If you know something is going to be a problem, looking at the Tems you have and the Tems you have to counter, you should start attacking Tems that are going to be problematic for you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. That gives us one more turn of this combo, so we're just going to use it to its fullest extent and just go off. This is, I guess the best word is this is a really stupid play, but, I mean, it worked. It was like I didn't really care about the fish anymore. The fish did its job. It killed the Tort Knight and it killed the Volaren. So now I'm gonna bring in something to counter the Acronox, and I still have Momo up. So, like we said, the Lawali is gonna be a problem, but then I remembered that Lawali is nature and wind, so it's gonna be weak to Noxious Bomb. So while it's going to be able to throw wind attacks at Darkwing at Platimus, I'm going to be able to get some damage onto it first. Woof. That's okay though, this Acronox is now taking itself out of commission. So if we look at what we have left, Major Zap isn't really doing us any favors here, so we'll go ahead and bring him in. Remember, Acronox is overexerted, so it has to swap or rest. Whether it dies or not, this Lawali is probably killing Darkwing. So we can swap Wolfie in here and use and start using Wolfie to control this. Like I've played this very aggressively. I wonder if doing this will allow me to... That's silly. In that case... Well, this isn't really doing anything here. So let's see if we can't kill this thing with a storm, or a Tesla prison, and plague the Mudred. Well, that's Major Zap probably dead. Oh, yes, he survived. That's right, because they gave him a rock shield. Oh, wow. See, that's where Wolfie is like just way stronger than you think he is. So now I've got a 2-on-1 against this Acronox. Bad thing is, it's an Acronox, so I don't really have anything that's very good against it. Like, my team just isn't very strong versus this. So the best I can do is try and make her overexert it to death. A lot of these strategies I'm talking about, by the way, will not work against players, because obviously players have the same ability. Yeah, see it overexerted. Players have the same ability to think ahead that we do. So a strat like this will never work against a player. It's just like aggressively throwing away your Tems. and the pick ban strategy I just talked about probably won't really work. In the pick ban phase, you want to pick things. You still do want to pick things that are good against you to ban, but you also want to think about like, oh, what's a good pair? So if you look and see they've got a Fire Koish and a Momo, you want to ban the Fire Koish because while Momo, while strong, is not going to be good on its own. And oh, a Cycrox radar, sick. So you have to look at their team and say, oh, they have a Fire Koish and 2 neutral Temps. They have Yowlar and let's say Mimit that can copy a Yowlar. So you want to ban the Fire Koish because now those neutral Temps, while still strong, will not be enabling another Tem. So you have to think about how you can counter your opponent from multiple angles with your bans. Anyway, on to the next dojo. Ah, no, I'm on the wrong window.